everybody.
Hello.
And welcome back to the Young Broke Musicians. I'm Roxy.
And I'm Connor.
And yeah.
What number is this?
This is number 8.
Your lucky number.
My lucky number. I would do it like I normally do with my hands. But we'll just count this as 5.
Yeah.
Here we go. 8.
That's the sketchiest looking 8. I love it. So Roxy's thumb is still knackered.
It is.
Funny story. We're now convinced. Well, I'm convinced that London Road Studios, that little outside bit where we load in, is haunted.
I think it is.
Because I was vlogging today, and as I was about to walk in, Roxy kicked the door open onto my thumb.
Well, in fairness, I didn't realise that he was there, and I heard that he was coming nearer the door, and I thought to myself,
you were doing the right thing.
I thought, like, if he's got a load of equipment in his hands, like, it might be handy if I help him. And I didn't kick it aggressively, like okay.
She 2-footed it. She just jumped 2-footed and just went.
I mean, if I did that, I should be on Ninja Warrior because that would.
I'd love to do Ninja Warrior.
Okay, if you could do any of like the programs, any of like the like
game shows and stuff.
Yeah, game shows. What would you do?
See, as a kid, my dream, all I wanted to achieve in life was go on Jungle Run.
Jungle Run.
Jungle Run.
I would have been Raven.
Oh, Raven.
I probably would have liked to have
I
gone.
loved it.
However,
that came back, didn't it, for a bit?
It did. However, the people that kind of come after you, the scary people,
they are scary.
Genuinely, like that would have freaked me out.
I think now that I'm older, I'd like to go on Total Wipeout.
Would love that.
I think everyone's in the same mindset. They're like, I can do the big red balls. I can do it. I know exactly how to do it. And then when it comes to it, they're like, first ball, plop.
Yeah, straight. But you got to do, like, if you're going to go in, you've got to do it in like the most spectacular way possible.
You got to go out in style.
Like if you sort of got to go like a Superman kind of thing. Oh,
definitely. I was watching on YouTube the Sidemen doing Total Wipeout. That was funny. Basically, there's this like Total Wipeout sort of theme park thing in the middle of like this lake in Amsterdam, and it looks amazing. They've got the slide to go down where you get there, you got to jump from things to things. There's moving like things you got to jump over.
I would love that.
I'd love it. It looks so good.
Amazing.
I'll have to send you a link to it later.
Okay. I did Crystal Maze.
Have you?
It was amazing.
That would be fun.
It was insane, and we won.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, we won Crystal Maze.
What are your thoughts on escape rooms? You know, when you're like locked in a room, but you got to like find the clues to the keys so you can get out.
So one of my challenges on Crystal Maze was a mystery. But literally, as I walked in, so I was there with my brother and his, were they married at the time? I think they were married at the time. And literally, I'm going to take my shoes off.
Go for it.
You can edit that out.
Mate, get comfy. It's Friday and it's hot.
Literally, and they said they literally put me in the mystery one.
Yeah.
And it was like a round table, and there was 4 people there. They were mannequins, but one of them was like covered in blood.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And they were like, how are you with dead bodies? Like, pushed me in and closed the door. I was too freaked out to even understand like what I had to do. So I was just like, I don't want to look at them. I don't want to look at it. And
imagine someone coming up to you and be like, how are you with dead bodies? Like, that would freak me out. Be like,
it really creeped me out.
I prefer them alive, but you know, either way.
It was awful because I can't deal with zombies. I can't deal with, and I'm a little bit claustrophobic as well.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I'd be good at like an escape room purely because I wouldn't want to be in there.
That's the sort of motivation, isn't it, to get out, isn't it?
If someone could guarantee me that nobody's going to jump out at me, nobody's going to they're not going to turn all the lights off, and the room's not going to fill up with water, then I think I'll be fine.
It reminds me of the time I went to the London Dungeons. Like I think it was the second room we went in. I don't know if it's still there now. I don't know if it's changed, but we went to the Guy Fawkes room, and you walked in this room, all the lights went out, and everyone's sort of standing there in this room, and then suddenly it felt like a proper drop. Basically, because it was dark, we didn't realise, but the floor was like a platform, and you were in there for like, it must have been like 30 seconds. It felt like 2 minutes, but it was probably only about 30 seconds in the dark, and then the floor, everyone standing there, it just dropped like a few centimetres.
Oh.
It was so weird.
No, I wouldn't like that.
All the lights came on, and then just Guy Fawkes was just standing there. No.
I mean, I did the Amsterdam dungeons.
They're meant to be really scary.
That was terrifying. And the worst thing is,
I say they're meant to be scary. They're dungeons. Like, honestly.
I genuinely don't like anything like that. And for me, when we first went in there, they put you in a cage, like a giant cage where everyone's like there. Then this guy comes in and goes, right, all of the women that side, all of the men that side.
Wow.
And I was the person that I was with was a guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not leaving you. Like, you ain't bloody leaving me. So I ended up putting my hood up and going with the guys. Anyway, the actor guy came up to me, pulled my hood off and was like, you're not a guy. Go over with the girls. And he literally like pushed me over to the girls.
You should have been like, don't know what I identify as, actually.
I was terrified. And so basically, they then put us in separate elevators.
Okay.
Like separate lifts. And I genuinely... I started to cry because I was really scared. I was like, I don't like this. Where you literally like sit there shaking and you've got your eyes closed and you're just absolutely terrified. And there was a girl next to me who got separated from her person. And she started shaking as well and crying. So we literally just held on to each other and started shaking and crying together.
Imagine like if everyone started shaking in a lift. That's what makes it even more terrifying, a shaky lift.
But it was really funny because we ended up getting down to the ground floor and then we all got out and then like it was like 2 minutes like later and then they like reunited us with the boys as well. But oh my God, me and this girl, like we didn't leave each other's sides. And we literally were like, no, you guys left us, so we're going to stick together now.
Silver linings, you made a friend.
Yeah, and the person said, who wants to know a torture method? And I was like, he does. Literally pointed to the person I was with. I was like, take him. Yeah. Literally they did. It was really funny.
That's brilliant. Love that.
Loved it.
Not at all music related, but I love it.
Yeah, it's creative though.
It is creative.
It is kind of like...
creatively scary.
Yeah, they're great actors and actresses.
They are. I remember when I was queuing outside the London one, they were playing like a show reel, like a little advert of like celebrities had been there. And I distinctly remember they had Jonathan Ross there and it was basically saying, oh yeah, we had a great time. It was brilliant, really scary. We only lost one member of the family, so hopefully Nan will pop up eventually. And it, like, oh my God, this was playing along screens under that bridge where you queue up. I was like, he lost his Nan.
No,
and I was like 9 at the time, so I think I believed it.
No, genuinely, like, I wouldn't be able to do it again. I wouldn't. Like, no matter who I was with. Because if I get separated again, and at one point, I genuinely thought I was going to punch someone in the face.
You should.
Because they just come around the corner and they go, hello, like that. And you're like, oh.
Hello.
It's just like, oh my God, literally. It's just like your natural reaction is just to go douche right in the face.
Just knock them out.
Oh, I couldn't at the minute, but
no.
with me left, I suppose I
bet you got a mean hook with your left.
Yeah, I reckon I have.
You could do that. Yeah. Right, guys, so we got a cool audience question this week from Adam on Instagram.
We did indeed.
And he asked us a pretty interesting question. So what was it again? So, we're so professional. We should have cards or something. So Adam Cullum's question was, hey, do you think musicians have everything needed to get their music out there online? That's a good question, isn't it?
I think... with this question, it depends what the artist is doing and what kind of music they're doing. So I think with this question, for me, it depends if, like, what kind of music you're doing.
See, I believe there's a common misconception that that bands need labels. I think it's the other way around. Labels need bands, not bands need labels.
Yeah.
So there's so many artists that do incredibly well without any backing, with label, with management, completely self-funded. Mm-hmm. So in my opinion, it's now, I think, is the easiest time to get their music out there online. Like, even like 5 or 6 years ago, if you think of Justin Bieber, I don't like him as a person, but he is a good musician. He's a great drummer and a great guitarist. But he got famous because one of his covers going viral on YouTube.
That was a bit more than 5 years ago, wasn't it?
How long was it? How old is Justin Bieber now?
Probably like our age. Well, probably my age.
Damn.
Because you're younger.
Thank you. not that much.
Young and ancient musicians.
Young ancient musicians.
Young ancient.
We'll rename it for series 2.
Oh,
but yeah, so many people go viral for having video and get signed for videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I think it's so easy to get your music out there online. Like where I put my music, I use a service called TuneCore, and if you want to put a single out there on iTunes for a year, and it just sort of renews, it's £9 a month, just to keep £9 a year, sorry, to keep your music on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, and all those good places.
And in case people just missed that, what is it called again?
TuneCore.
TuneCore.
So that's the service I use to put all like my EP, my singles. So I think it's really easy.
Okay.
What about you?
What about recording though?
See, that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. And the problem that I always have is I will go to a studio or I will do something, I will get it recorded, and it will never be as good as I want it to be.
You have a vision, don't you?
I know, and if it's not the way that you envision it, it kind of just breaks your heart a little bit.
I know what you mean. Because
it's your baby.
It is.
You write something.
It's scary putting it out there, because once you've released a song, it's not your baby anymore.
No.
It's the world's baby.
No, it'll always be my baby.
But
oh, it reminds me of Mariah Carey.
Always
be my baby.
Sounds so good through these headphones. Like this podcast, if you enjoyed that. But it's scary putting a new song out there, isn't it?
It is really scary, but I mean, at the same time, I've been really fortunate with the people that I have around me, because if I write a song, they'll be like, "Oh, can you sing that song, please?" I'll be like,
all your songs are amazing.
Thank you. Not all of them.
I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know.
Nah.
I've got like 2 favourites of yours. It's the Country Girl song.
Yeah.
And Wedding Dress.
Cool.
They're my favourites of yours.
I mean, Better Ones is like my favourite of yours.
It's okay.
Shut up. It's
average.
amazing. It's not average. What is this dude doing?
It's a 4-chord song. If anyone finds the elusive 5th chord, please let me know.
Love that.
But I think it's easy, and now it's just the recording process, which I think daunts a few people, because I don't have any music recording equipment at all. I have video recording equipment till the cows come home, but music recording equipment, I just like being in a studio
until the pygmy goats come home.
Till the pygmy goats come home. Sorry, correction.
Chickens.
And the chickens come home, all 3 of them. But I like being in a studio like this, you know, coming in for the day, getting done what you need to do, come back the next day if you need to. I think I'd just wind myself up if I had music recording stuff at home, because I'm not very good at that sort of stuff, which is why I rely on lovely places like London Road.
Yes.
Because they're good here.
They are good here. Love Max.
Max is an absolute legend when it comes to recording.
He's a G.
He's a G.
You was going to say he's a G.
What's better, G or legend?
I think when you talk about legends,
on like God status,
as much as I like Max, legends is like Bryan Adams.
True.
And like Pink.
Pink is amazing.
No one is better than Pink.
No one is better than Pink.
Know
this. Come to accept it. No one is better than Pink.
I guess
Facts.
like that's the kind of legend status.
Yeah, definitely. The Eagles.
The Eagles. My mum.
Your mum is my hero. She is my hero.
Pip is my hero.
Gus is my
little dog. We'll have to do a doggy podcast, wouldn't we?
Defo.
We'll have to do like a creative
Although
thing
the chances of Gus sitting still during a podcast.
Oh, bless him. We can feed him some food. It'll be fine. He'll be like literally just snorting. So yeah, we could do like a little doggy podcast and get our guests on with their dogs, and we can talk about
that would be cool.
Like creative stuff to do with dogs.
We'll turn their mics up really loud so it's like ASMR.
Oh, that would be so cute.
That would be really cute.
Oh.
But yeah, big up Adam. Thanks for sending us a question. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Our first question.
Yeah, thank you.
What a legend. So if you guys have any more questions you'd like us to answer, whether it's about, you know, cameras, music, creative stuff, podcasts and all that jazz, do get in touch. We've got a lovely Instagram page. We just gained an amazing new follower. We're not going to say who it is because we're just sort of so excited about this follower. So big up to that person for following.
Yeah, big up. We are literally buzzing. So thank you so much.
Buzzing.
I think this deserves an
applause. big up the Young Broke Musicians Instagram page.
Yes.
Oh, it faded out itself. That's sick.
And if you haven't followed us already,
you should do.
Yeah. Follow us.
Be there or be square. Do you remember when Instagram you were just allowed to post square pictures?
Yeah.
And now you can do like videos in rectangle and portrait shots.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm glad that they have changed with the times.
They have. Legends. Out.
So for this next part, we're going to do some quick fire questions.
Yes, we is.
So, Connor, you have to answer these as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And and if I find that the answer is very interesting, then we can have a little talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
I'm down for that.
Jam or peanut butter?
Both.
No.
Is that a cheat answer? I love peanut butter and jam sandwiches.
No.
So both. Okay.
No.
Jam.
Okay.
But both.
No.
When I went to San Diego, they had them at 7-Elevens, already pre-packaged peanut butter and jam sandwiches.
No.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm not a peanut butter and jelly and jam or jelly sandwich. I'm not that
they call
kind
it
of gal.
jelly out there, don't they?
Is it not jelly?
No, they call jelly Jello.
So when you say peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it's not peanut butter and jelly.
No, it's peanut butter and jam. Yeah.
I never knew this. I was always thinking, but that texture would just be really, really weird.
It would. No, jelly is called Jello. Because I remember when I was watching The Office, one of the workers in the office put their stapler in Jello as a prank. So he'd opened his desk drawer and he was like, oh, damn. And it was like, what's going on? He's like, Jim put my stapler in Jello again. And he had to eat his way out of it.
I would love that.
I'd be set.
I quite like jelly, but not with peanut butter.
Oh, God, no.
So it's peanut butter and jelly, but the jelly is jam.
Jelly is what they call jam, yeah.
This makes more sense now.
How long have you thought that jelly?
I'm 25. I thought that for 25 years.
Oh, rocks.
By the way, you just lost the game.
Oh, you absolute dick. Sorry, I was just muting it.
You didn't mute your microphone when you did it though, so it was literally oh.
But that was a good question.
It was a good question. So for those of you who, I'm going to move on quite swiftly.
Go for it.
The quick fire question.
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll do a proper one.
All right.
And we'll get you guys to send in your questions for us.
Defo.
Which would be really cool because we'd love
sick.
to answer your questions.
We do.
I think that we should talk about music after lockdown.
Yes, definitely. So, as of recording this podcast, the other day, I think, was it Friday or Thursday? Basically, the government announced that on July the 4th, Independence Day, pubs and restaurants can reopen.
Woo!
Yay! I just made it in time for that there. But there's a downfall.
They're not allowed live music.
They're not allowed live music. That sucks.
So theatres are allowed to open, but you're not allowed to put on any shows.
Yeah, so if you heard our interview with the wonderful Zoe Burkett last week,
yes.
She was amazing.
She was.
What a gem.
Yeah.
So she was talking about musical theatre and how they might not be allowed to do dancing scenes, any intimate scenes with kissing, because...
I can understand the kissing
scenes. I can
scenes.
understand that, but the singing...
come on.
Surely they can adapt it. If they adapt the show, so if they're doing a duet and a few people on stage, surely I can't put the backing singers a little bit further back and the two maybe lead characters either side of the stage. Can it not be adapted?
I just don't get it. You're allowing people to go to a pub and get drunk.
A packed shopping centres and shops.
If you go into Sainsbury's, Tesco's and other stores are available. But if you go into somewhere like that, it's like nothing's ever happened.
No.
It's they
Tesco's is just completely normal.
It's weird. It's
bizarre.
Really weird. And for me, I'd rather go and watch a show than walk around Tesco's or whatever. I know Tesco's is to get your essentials, but a pub. But basically, people are going to be absolutely hammered because it's the first time back since lockdown.
Is it going to be drinking restrictions? It's easy for me because I don't drink. So as long as they're stocked up on Capri Suns and fruit shoots, I am set. And J2Os.
I think you should stay away from the pubs for a little while. I think purely because I don't think they're going to have anything like that. And basically how they're allowing pubs to open, and I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, Britain. I mean, we all struggled to stay indoors when we were told that we weren't allowed to do anything other than stay indoors and watch TV and basically chill out.
Very true. I mean,
Nobody
we're basically
really
getting paid 80% of our salaries to watch Netflix.
Yeah, and like people didn't really understand it. Some people. Other people took it very seriously. Hats off to you guys.
Legends.
Hats off to us. That's amazing. Brilliant. Well done. But now you're basically alcohol fueling like people. It's just I'm a little bit worried. Now,
I'm a little bit concerned.
Now for me, I think it's great that they're opening it up purely because it's one step closer to getting back to work, and it's one step closer of getting back like music.
I've not taken any bookings yet. I've had 2 or 3 requests. When people have like inquired, we're like, oh yeah, because we're allowed to reopen now, would you be interested in coming and doing some live music? And I've just sort of said, look, let's pencil it in. I sent them the screenshot of the legislation about the fact that we're not allowed to do live music. They're not allowed to encourage people raising their voices. So if there's music or TV that's playing too loud, that could encourage people to raise their voice, which increases the chances of people spitting and spreading germs, which is what everybody wants right now. So I just sent them
nobody
that.
wants right now.
Nobody
Don't
wants
listen
right
to him.
now.
Don't
No
listen.
one. We want Rona gone. Rona can go away.
Oh, dear.
So I've just sent them like the screenshot and just said, look, let's pencil it in, but unless any actual announcement that says we're allowed to do live music, because at the end of the day, it's on their back and it's also on my back, because I could get into trouble for that as well if I agree to perform when they're not meant to have music. That's what worries me.
Yeah, I get that.
But I've got 2 dates penciled in, but I don't think they'll go ahead, just because I think it's a bit too soon with the 3 week updates they're doing. Like each stage is within like 3 weeks time and stuff, and they've only just announced that pubs can reopen. So unless anything's announced in 3 weeks that you can do live music again, then I'll start taking bookings.
Yeah. No comment. Let's go. Let's keep going straight on.
No comment. Let's go.
For me, I think it would just be nice if we could I hope that people would be sensible enough to, if when you do get back into gigging and you do get back into doing your performance,
take precautions.
Take precautions. 2, don't let anybody near your goddamn microphone.
Honestly, I think I said it the other day, but microphone prices and sales in microphones must have gone up during this period.
Hopefully, because
so many people don't use their own microphones.
Yeah.
And that sucks for everyone else.
It does. And you always get that one drunk person that's like, can I use your microphone? And you're like, no. And then literally whilst you're on your break grabbing a drink, they just jump up there.
They do.
And they just grab hold of your microphone and you're like, have you any idea how expensive that stuff is? Have you any idea? That's literally like my work. I wouldn't come into your workplace. If you're a chef, I wouldn't walk into the kitchen and be like, can I make myself a sandwich? Can I cook myself some bacon?
Can I use your really expensive knives?
Yeah.
No.
Like, just leave it alone. Just people, if you're listening, like it's kind of different if like you know the person. Like obviously if like when you come to my gigs, I try and get you up and sing, and if I'm at yours, like you don't do the same. But
I will. I'm going to come to your live stream gig when recording this next Friday, and I'm going to bring McDonald's. Thursday. I don't know what day it is. It's like Christmas.
I mean, come on, like he's meant to be my best mate and he doesn't know when my lives are.
Thursday and Sunday. Thursday's chilled. Thursday's more energetic. Sunday's more chilled.
That's completely opposite. Thursday is a chilled thing.
I'm off
8
Facebook
PM.
at the most, so I don't know. I'm off Facebook.
Thursday's chilled, and then at 8 PM, and then Sunday at 8 PM again. It's more of a bit of a lively one.
They're good live streams.
They're
really good live streams. They're really cool.
Thank you.
And you get like loads of people in.
I try and get a few people in because then it's fun, isn't it?
It is.
It's fun.
I get all my neighbours to come to mine.
I loved that. They were so sweet. They were so supportive as well.
They were really lovely.
Do you know what I really loved? So for those of you, so Connor does a live on a Saturday.
I do.
Don't you?
I do.
At 8 PM.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm changing it to 7 this week because we all ended up like hanging out afterwards till like 10:30.
Yeah.
And it was like dark and getting colder at that point. So I'm going to do it earlier because we're going to play Cards Against Humanity with everyone.
Oh, love that.
So,
but there was a dog literally that was like 2 floors, 3 floors up. And he literally just sat there the whole time staring at you. He was so
good.
cute. He was like...
Unlike Gus, he was a nightmare. There were so many lovely dogs there.
There was a corgi that I just wanted to steal.
It was like a fat pip.
Oh, it was like a fat pip.
It was like a fat pip.
Oh.
So yeah, we're going to take a quick break, reset our cameras, and we'll be back with you in a mo. Welcome back to the Young Broke Musicians podcast. Hello. If you've made it this far, we love you. If you haven't, well, you won't hear this, but you suck. So, we were talking on our little 5-minute break when we reset our cameras, and I don't usually like to praise other camera companies because I'm really loyal to Canon. I know I'm going to praise a camera company that's not Canon. Sony cameras, they don't have a record limit. They can go for like 8 hours or something, which would be great for podcasts because...
I mean, that would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty handy.
However, they wouldn't be an M50.
They wouldn't be an M50.
Or an R5.
Or an R5. Well, I check Canon rumours every day, and there is rumoured to be... cough. Haven't got it. There's rumoured to be a announcement, the official announcement, the final specs...
On the 9th?
On the 9th of July about the Canon EOS R5, which is our dream camera. Hopefully, we'll have a little hands-on review of one. Maybe we'll film a podcast with one. Can you imagine that?
That would be really cool.
That would be sick because these M50s are great, but dynamic range-wise, when it comes to video and photo, is okay. It's okay. But with an EOS R5, they would look beautiful. So we'll try and get our hands on one. But I'm hoping that doesn't have a record limit because there's so many specs on that camera, which will be cool.
Yeah, but we were also, during the break, deciding that we think that we should do a lip sync battle.
Yeah, that would be sick because I love watching lip sync battle. The best one was Channing Tatum.
I loved Channing Tatum purely because he was married to her at the time. And
true.
Like,
what happened to them too?
Oh, I don't know, but it's really sad.
What happened to Channing Tatum?
Why?
He doesn't look like Channing Tatum anymore.
Does he not?
No.
I don't really take much notice of Channing Tatum, if I'm honest.
He's not the Magic Mike he once was.
Oh.
Who is your favourite celeb?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Or Jennifer
Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
You didn't know this
J-Law.
at the time, but when I told you about Chris Pratt's Instagram, I told you that his Instagram handle was Pratt.
Pratt.
That's such a Chris Pratt thing to do.
I like Chris Pratt.
He's cool. God. So we were talking about what songs you would sing if you were going to go on the show lip sync battle. What would be your choice? Because you have one which is just like your warm-up song. You just sort of sing it, you walk around. And then the second one is your big performance. That is, you put on a show, you put on a costume, you put on an outfit for that. You go all out. It's like Stars in Their Eyes, where you're like, tonight, Matthew. I can't remember the name. Matthew, that was it. Tonight, Matthew, I am going to be... And who would you be?
I would probably do a My Chemical Romance song.
My Chemical Romance, good shout. Which one?
I would... See, I love Bulletproof Heart.
Bulletproof Heart.
And we were proper jamming to that
during the break. We were jamming to that. And it's disappointing because... Well, too disappointing because we were meant to see MCR last week, but we didn't. Thank you, Miss Rona, for that. So that's disappointing. And second disappointment is they're not going to be playing that on their tour.
I know.
Sucks.
I know. It's awful. And do you know what? If you're watching, I wish they're definitely not.
Gerard Way, if you are watching this podcast by any chance,
please
or
play
Mikey,
Bulletproof Heart.
Yeah, please, sir.
So I think I'd probably do that, and I'd probably do Thanks for the Memories by Fall Out Boy.
Nice bit of pop punk. Those are good shouts. I think I would do, as my little warm-up song, I don't know, just something to get a good feel-good song, Riptide by Vance Joy. I don't know why, but I really like that song, and it's a good sort of feel-good one. Don't judge, I like that song. Second one would be... I think it's got to be Living on a Prayer.
Living on a Prayer.
Living on a Prayer.
See, I think you'd do good as, man, I feel like a woman.
I've got the hair for it.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Love it.
Where else did she sing? Did she sing
Up?
You're the one I want.
You're still the one.
You're still the one.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Still the one.
I liked her duet with Harry Styles and them two doing that song.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
What song?
You're still the one.
Harry Styles did that with her.
Yeah, he did a cover with it.
I would really love to see that.
I know.
I'm going to check that out.
You should. It's amazing.
Oh.
So good.
Okay.
And he plays guitar on it.
So we want to hear from you guys what your 2 songs will be.
Yeah, because lip sync battle's really cool. Like, I think my favourite one is Channing Tatum or who else? Tom Holland.
I loved it so much when he did Umbrella.
That was brilliant.
He started with singing in the rain, didn't he? And then he literally just like took his suit off and was in like a proper like skimpy outfit.
He was. I love Tom Holland because I love the Avengers and Marvel films, and 2, I love the fact that he's now no longer allowed to do interviews because he ruins them all. He always gives away spoilers, and that's just what I love about him.
Oh, literally, because he was like the first Spider-Man film, and it hadn't been announced that the second one was being filmed.
Oh yeah,
and they were like,
that.
he was like the first one. He was like,
wait, there's a
because
second?
there's only been been number one. There's only been one, and it was just like, what are you doing, Tom? And he has like a massive love with his dog as well.
Good man.
Really cute.
Go Spider-Man.
Really cute. Love Spider-Man.
What a legend. We were thinking as well the other day, now that everything's back open, on the way here, we usually come in separate cars, but I offered to pick you up because we wanted to make a stop off at somewhere. And it's somewhere that saves our arses more than you could ever imagine when we're actually working full time, before Rona, basically.
Before Rona.
Before the big no-no.
There's like a certain place in Bishop Stortford that I sing, and it's there's a venue in Bishop Stortford that's a really cool venue.
It's lovely.
It is really lovely. The setup there is stunning. And the drinks. Have you seen the drinks that they do?
I haven't. No.
It's like in a treasure chest, and it's like a pitcher, and it's a treasure chest, and you've got like 2 straws coming out of it, or there's like a pineapple thing. It's really amazing.
If they do a non-alcoholic version, I'd be so down for that.
I'm pretty sure they do. They'll do like mocktails and stuff.
I love the little music wall they've got there when we perform. Like loads of people sign. There's your signature, there's Lawrence's, there's mine, there's
Alex,
good old
Bilbo
Alex.
Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins. We love Bilbo Baggins. I can't talk today.
No, neither can I. It's all good.
Just a knock to the thumbs.
Yeah, in fairness.
But when we drive home from certain venues,
because we're sometimes there till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
We are. And I don't usually eat before I go and do a gig because it makes me feel sluggish.
Yes.
And that's not good. And plus food sort of sticks to your vocal cords, so I don't really drink any juice or have any foods before singing. I bring Haribo's, they're my secret weapon.
Okay.
Zoe gave me that advice. She's tried vocal zones, fisherman friends, all sorts of things to sort of lubricate her throat. But marshmallows, like the hearts and the eggs from Haribo, they're about the only thing I eat before a gig.
Okie dokie. But then afterwards, we're both starving and
Afterwards
nowhere's open at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you can't go home and be like,
I'm going to cook.
I'm going to cook myself some dinner. No, you can't do that.
But there is one place.
That always has our back.
That always has our back when you need it. And we got some today on the way here. McDonald's. It's our saviour, honestly. McDonald's is so underrated for musicians. Honestly, there should be like musicians discount because...
They should. We should have like a McDonald's black card.
Oh, I was listening to Jack Mate's Happy Hour, and he had Example on as a guest.
He's got a Nando's black card.
He's got a Nando's black card, and he was basically talking to Jack Mate and Stevie, the host. But they asked him obviously about the infamous Nando's skank he did with Ed Sheeran, which was completely freestyled as well. They've only ever performed that like twice as well.
Really?
Yeah, they've only performed that twice, and it was completely freestyled.
Chicken wings. If you give me them, I will eat them things. I said chicken wings.
Harmonies. And they basically asked him, does he still have like... Thank you. Oh yeah, keep it going. And they basically asked him who has a Nando's black card. And he said he does. Apparently Ellen DeGeneres has one, which sucks because I don't really like Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know why.
I didn't mean to do that face just then. I was trying to hide a yawn. I don't know what is going on with me right now.
Yawn bears, mate.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good. But he did say...
I mean, I like Ellen DeGeneres, if I'm completely honest. Like, I think that she does some really good things.
I like that she does really good things, but apparently she's a proper dick to her staff.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine
And there's been so many people who've come on the show who I've been invited to come on the show as guests, and like Ellen's been like really, really cold to them. Like, she hasn't acknowledged them, like walked past them. Like, I mean, maybe they caught her on a bad day. But the fact that like 10 odd people have just said, yeah, we had a really bad experience on the show.
I genuinely can't picture that.
Yeah. I was watching a video on YouTube about like someone like saying, oh yeah, Ellen's like really, really cold to her guests. She doesn't talk to them unless they're actually on the set and like talking to like as in the interview. Other than that, she would like completely blank them.
I think that's really rude if that is the case.
That is. But maybe she was just having a bad day.
I mean, could you imagine if we had a guest on here and we just completely blanked them until like...
K dot.
Yeah, K. We're like, oh, thanks for having us on here. K.
Oh. We'd love to have you back, but we don't. No, we love all our guests we had so far.
Do.
Lovely Bamboo Brush, lovely Zoe Burkett.
Yeah.
We want Zoe back on.
Yeah.
We want Bamboo Brush back on in like 6 months or so to see how their Kickstarter done, which they've done amazingly well on.
They have, but we will talk about that when they're back with us, because that would be awesome.
Definitely. But getting back onto the Nando's card, Example was saying that he couldn't say who, but someone had their Nando's card revoked, their black Nando's card. They had it removed.
Why? Oh, isn't it because they gave it to
their friend? They kept lending it to their friend. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
That sucks. Imagine having...
I can't remember who that was.
There's only 5 in the world. 5 of the black Nando's cards, and you had one, and then you lose it to lending it to a mate.
I mean, why don't you just go with your friend?
Yeah. I mean...
And then just order your food and then just let your
what
friend
do they look
it.
like?
It's probably just like a black card with Nando's written on it.
I know, but I've lost all my Nando's points. Because of coronavirus, they expired. So I had a pita and a side for free, and I've lost them.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's not like it's not like 50 quid's worth of Nando's
No, but
vouchers.
that's basically a free meal for me. And if McDonald's, like going back to McDonald's, if McDonald's had like musicians discount or loyalty cards, I would be so over the moon with that. That's why I like Nando's, because they got that, you know, the loyalty card. Every time you go there and spend £7, you get points. And I've lost all my points because of coronavirus.
Surely
so thank you, Rona.
No, just email them. It's fine. And if they don't answer to you, then let me email them, because I'm pretty scary when I want to be.
You are a strongly worded letter.
I will write them a strongly worded email. I did that to a certain company.
You did.
So I bought some bed sheets, and when I opened them, they were mouldy and wet. So I went to take them back, and they were like, because I couldn't find the receipt, they were like, oh, I'm sorry, like we can't refund this. I was like, I was in here yesterday, and you served me, like, you know that, like. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. And I was like, this is not on. So I emailed the company.
Boom.
And it took them 3 months to send me a replacement. I was fuming.
That's bad. That's so bad.
I want to hear from you guys if you've ever had ordered something or had something and it's not been what you wanted, or there's something wrong with it, and we want to know how you have dealt with it. Would you complain to them? 2, would you just throw it away and then buy a new one?
And let it slide.
I mean, what would you do? Tell us. Tell us what you would do.
I told you a funny story actually that happened this week. So one of the podcast sponsors of the Young Broke Musician podcast, I worded that so bad. One of the sponsors of our podcast, a lovely gentleman called Simon Squibb. Legend. He made all this possible. So he does like a vlog on his YouTube channel on a Saturday. So he goes out and films. So being the camera experts that we are, I suggested getting a different lens, which is a vlogging lens, which is the 11 to 22 millimeter EFM mount, because he's got an M50 as well.
For the Canon M50.
For the Canon M50 only. He ordered it through... Actually, I can say it because he tweeted them. He put it out in public. Okay. So he tweeted them to @John Lewis. Apparently there already is a Twitter name called John Lewis.
Okay.
So it was John_Lewis for the actual John Lewis Twitter.
Okay.
They must be so pissed about that. So he tweeted them because they messed up quite a bit. They sent him the box of the 11 to 22 mil EFM mount.
Yep.
Because M50s take a mount which is called EFM. any other sort of Canon DSLRs could take like EF or EFS or RF mount lenses. You're out there, bud.
Yeah, there was a hair on it. I couldn't get it off, and it was tickling my face every time. Yeah, carry on.
That's all good, buddy. Tickling. Do you know when you hate when you're singing and you get hair in your mouth?
Yeah,
that sucks. So he had the box of the 11 to 22, and it looked used. It looked open, and there was a used sticker on it. Inside the box, completely different lens. It was the 18 to 55 EF mount, which is the kit lens,
which is cheaper.
Which is a lot cheaper. So, one, why send the box with the wrong lens in? And two, why send a second-hand box? Like,
yeah, that's pretty bad.
So he's got a new one on the way, hopefully.
Yeah.
But that sucks. I don't.
So let us know what you guys have done in the past. If something wrong's happened, and have you complained? Have you just not said anything? And what have you done?
Yeah.
Let's find out what you guys are made of.
Yeah. Did you stand up? It's like when you order like food at a restaurant and it's cold, and do you like send it back, or do you just like, oh no, it's fine, it's here now, and I don't want to wait?
I send mine back.
Send it back, mate.
Yeah. I'm like, excuse me, this is cold.
This is cold.
Like, do something about it, please.
This steak is still mooing. Like, get
I
it back in the
don't mind
kitchen.
my steak mooing, in fairness. I like mine rare.
I'm a medium rare.
I'll go for a medium rare, but I'll take it as it comes, really, as long as it's like oozing in like red wine jus or something.
Making me hungry now. I'm gonna have to stop at McDonald's again. I've still got chicken legs to eat. But our final part of the podcast, we forgot to do it last week. We are 8 episodes in, and it's the first episode we didn't do track of the week.
I know. Track of the week.
Theme tune pending.
Yeah.
So, Surlington, Roxy of Sir, what is your track of the week for this week?
I was going to go for Thanks for the Memories by Fall Out Boy.
Ooh.
However...
Last minute plot change.
Yes. Stronger Than Ever by Rayleigh Ritchie.
Tune. I've been learning that and jamming to that song for a while.
I've been jamming to
You
that
introduced
song
me
for
to
ages.
it. And I introduced you, but Pink did a couple... No, not Pink.
Lily Allen.
Lily Allen. Sorry, I've got Pink on my head because she's amazing. Lily Allen did a cover of it in the live lounge.
So Rayleigh Ritchie, for those of you who watched Game of Thrones, we'll pray for the last season.
Pray for the last series. It was abysmal.
It was appalling.
You could have wrote a better series.
I genuinely could have, and we'll talk about that another time.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, like Rayleigh Ritchie. So Rayleigh Ritchie played Grey Worm in Game of Thrones, and he is actually an incredible musician.
He is.
He's hilarious as well. He's really funny.
He is so
and
funny.
For those of you, it's called Stronger Than Ever, and if you get to watch it on YouTube, the music
video.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
It is ridiculous. And it's so accurate.
It is.
It's all about feeling depressed or anxious, or like the world is moving so quickly and you can't keep up with it.
He said he wrote the song when he first moved to London on his own, and he explained like, I just felt like he felt so alone, and everyone was like just crushing him at the moment.
And in the
caught my headphones there. We need longer wires.
And in the video, everybody is normal around him, but it's like he's got this massive wind tunnel and wind fan on him, and like this woman offers him some water, and he takes the water and he throws the water because it's like it's
being blown away.
He's being blown away, and it's just far too much. But nobody else can see that apart from him.
It sits in his head.
Oh my God! And it's stunning.
The shot where he's holding on to the edge of the bench and he's like sort of levitating as if he's being blown away.
Yeah,
that was my favourite.
But the best part for me is, with that comes the twist of him closing his eyes, taking like a deep breath, and then letting go, because he's like, do you know what?
It's all good.
I'll come back and I'll be stronger than ever.
Nice.
I love it.
It's a good song. You should cover it.
I want to. I'm going to. Connor.
Yes.
What is your track of the week?
Beautiful. So my track of the week is a song. Oh, we might not have time to record it. Well, maybe we'll. We'll see. So my track of the week this week it's not a new song. I just really like it. It's by the band Wallows. You probably haven't heard of them. I discovered them by accident because the singer, one of the singers and guitarists of the band Wallows, is the guy who plays Clay Jensen in 13 Reasons Why. Do not watch that alone. It's so depressing and sad. So real and accurate and really important, but don't watch it on your own. You need to watch it with a friend because it's very sad. But he has a band called Wallows, and it's my favourite song of theirs is called Are You Bored Yet? It's such a good song, and I'm going to record a cover of it eventually. So that's my favourite track of the week. And the music video is so good as well, because he's like in this bar and his friends are all like egging him on to do like karaoke, and he's just like standing there like mouthing the words, like so bored, looking so confused. And then when everyone starts singing along, he starts to like really get into it, and everyone's like mouthing the words, and on the music video the words come up like highlighted as if it was karaoke.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a really cool music video. They have some really cool music videos as well. They've got this song called Scrawny, which is one of my favourite songs by theirs. Basically the chorus is scrawny motherfucker with a cool hairstyle. I'll bleep that bit out.
Yeah, okay.
We've said worse.
Yes,
We've said worse. So the chorus basically repeats scrawny mother with a cool hairstyle, and because he is actually really scrawny, and he knows that, so he says that in interviews, that he's like really skinny, and they've addressed that in 13 Reasons Why as well. And the music video is him in a boxing ring with the rest of the band sort of cheering him on, mouthing "scrawny motherfucker with a cool hairstyle," and in the other side of the ring is this big, heavy, like massive, like bodybuilding boxer, and he's like, wow. He looks so tiny, his arms are like so thin, and he's going up and he's dancing around mouthing the words to the song, and he wins the fight.
Good on him. I like it when the underdogs win.
I know,
love that.
Music videos are good. We should discuss in the next episode our favourite music videos. We should.
And also, if you was to do karaoke, what song would be your karaoke song? Mine would be Tequila.
So, video we suggest you watch this week is the guy. He went on America's Got Talent, and I think he got through.
I think he did.
I think he did get through. But the song Tequila, he just stood there on stage with the mic, just like as the song was playing, and then when it came, he just went Tequila. It was the way he said it. It was just like he was so prepared. He was looking at the screen in the video that went viral, and he just went Tequila. So that's a good song to sing.
Yeah, I'll do that.
For karaoke, for me, I don't know. Do I do a happy song or like a good feel good song?
You do like
a crowd pleaser.
This is what I think. Like musicians, when we do karaoke, I don't think we should ever do songs that we play.
No.
So if I do karaoke, I had a conversation with someone about this the other day. Liam, I had a conversation with Liam about this.
With the chicks.
Friend of mine, Liam. He does hair by Liam. He's amazing. He's my hairdresser in Hitchin.
You can sort me out.
Yeah, and he was saying like, what do you sing when you do karaoke? And I'm like, well, I will go for a rap song because I can't rap. I will go for like
you can rap. I've seen you rap. You
rap.
can. You can. You've done that. What's it called? B.O.B. Aeroplanes. Although I have kind of gone off that song because B.O.B. the rapper is convinced the world's flat.
I mean, no judgment.
No judgment, but he thinks the world's flat.
I mean, no judgment.
No, it's not.
Bless him.
I hope he's okay.
I still love the song in fairness.
There, B.O.B. It's such a good... But you can rap. You can rap.
I can't rap. I'm not very comfortable doing it. So I would do a song that makes me very uncomfortable because then you're kind of on a level playing field of everybody else.
Yeah.
Like you do like Living on a Prayer, which is ridiculous. Like nobody can sing Living on a Prayer.
Did you ever see the video of Bon Jovi? Oh, it's so cringeworthy. So he's at a family wedding or a friend's wedding, and the band, like the wedding band, try and get him up on stage to sing Living on a Prayer. Right. He is so not down to do it. I think he was just there just to enjoy the wedding, to chill.
Oh, bless
and he
him.
looked so uncomfortable. And because he can't, they were playing it in the original key, and because he can't do like the high notes anymore, because of, that's what happens with age. I mean, how old are Bon Jovi?
I have no idea.
So, ages ago when they released that song. So he could hit all those high notes, but he looked so uncomfortable doing it. Like the singer was like dancing with him. He was like dressed in a suit. He just didn't feel it.
If that's happening, leave the person alone. Like just because it's their job to sing and perform, it doesn't mean that everybody wants to sing and perform all the time. It's like I was talking to Liam, the hairdresser, the other day. He'll go to a party and somebody will be like, "Oh, what shall I do with my hair?" Like, and everyone talks to him about hair. Yeah. And Liam was like, "I would shave your hair off and I would get myself a cocktail." Like, go on, Liam. Like, I think it's
that.
brilliant. Like, they're like, why would you shave? Do you think I would suit like being like having no hair? And it was just like, honestly, that's what I would do right now just to get you out of my face. Like, it's brilliant. Like, and the thing is, I completely understand it because it's so off-putting and annoying.
Because you're not working.
You're not working.
You're not on the job.
And it's like when you're out and about and someone's like, oh, sing me a song. Oh, sing me a song. And it's
Play
like,
Wonderwall.
yeah. Well, but it's like if you're having like, if I've got my hair up and I'm wearing jogging bottoms, I'm wearing a hoodie, like, please don't ask me to sing. Like, I just want to chill. I just want to veg.
You got to be in a frame of mind. You got to prepare.
Yeah.
We don't like singing on the spot. I mean, that's one thing I like about sort of rap music and stuff. I sounded so boomer there, rap music, because they can freestyle whenever, and that's incredible talent.
Yeah, it is massively
I couldn't,
incredible.
but being put on the spot like that, just nah.
Okay, I've got a challenge for our next podcast. We both have to write a rap.
Oh God.
So next podcast, guys, we're going to be talking about our favourite music videos. We're going to talk about track of the week. We're going to talk about things that we've seen on YouTube, and we're also going to write our own rap.
Oh God, I can't do that. I can't rap.
I can't rap. This is going to be amazing.
Like,
and send your videos in as well. If you want to come on the podcast, send your videos in of you doing a little rap.
That would be funny.
And then we'll add it to the podcast.
That would be funny. Reacting to rap. We should do like on the podcast reacting to musician fails. The videos I love is when people like try to spin the guitar around their neck and then they've not got strap locks on and it goes flying.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's a really sort of like classic rock guitar move where we have the guitar strap on.
I know that, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen it fail.
Oh, it's so bad.
Is it?
Honestly, I've seen
What's
some
the noise?
pain, heartbreak, money going down the drain. It's so sad. Like,
Oh dear God.
my favourite one was with the guitarist tried swinging it round and it went round once and then he tried to do it again and it come off and hit the drummer in the face.
I love that so much.
Not the drummer though.
No.
That, like, oh bless him, poor drummer.
Oh dear.
Right, I think that pretty much wraps up episode 8. Lucky number 8 for you.
Wraps up number 8. Even those laughs sound really sarcastic.
They sound so sarcastic. They're like, oh, look, honey, just laugh. Just laugh. But it wasn't funny. Just laugh.
So thank you so much for joining us on the podcast number 8.
Number 8. You do 5 and I'll do the 3.
What? Oh, okay.
There we go. Teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Number 8.
Number 8. So
There we
yeah,
go.
we'll be on double figures soon, mate.
Hell yeah.
Exciting.
Season 2.
Well, yeah, very true. we'll have to do like a special episode for number 10.
Yeah, we will. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you. If you enjoyed the podcast, do hit that like and subscribe button.
Yes.
Where else can you listen to us, buddy?
You can listen to us on Spotify.
You can.
You can listen to us on Apple Podcast.
You can.
And all of those other beautiful online places.
You sure can. And I think there's only one thing left to say. See ya.